Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here with another fun block. Now, I'm making a baby quilt, right? So I've picked all my colors like of low volumes and purples. And this is going to be the last block of the baby quilt that I'm making. Now you can either follow along with this baby quilt, or you could, just use this block otherwise. This one's called a triple Irish chain, and we're going to have some fun with it. The baby quilt will end up going to charity. So we are going to have a little bit of fun and putting on borders and all the rest of this stuff, just because I thought it would be nice to come up with another way of putting out another charity quilt. So before we start into this triple Irish chain, let's do our shout out. And it's Holly at Happy Quilty People. Holly at Happy Quilt. Her YouTube channel is going to be in our show notes below, and it's really important you get into those show notes because so many things are going on right now that you guys have got to go check it out. The So Yeah brothers out of Las Vegas are doing their annual charity drive for Quilts for Alaska. Now, I don't know anything more about it except when the drive is happening, but I'm advertising and I'm not sure when this video is going to drop. So go to them and ask them on either their YouTube channel or their website what's going on. There's going to be a lot more details on their website, I'm sure. Now, share, like, and subscribe. Hit that bell to not miss any content. And please, please, please make comments. We love hearing from you. And even if you've got only the time to put a little heart down, that would help us out so much with our analytics and push our videos forward to help continue bringing you fun-free content like this block. We also have a Facebook group, and we do fabric exchanges by country just to keep the postal costs down. We have numerous fun community chats where everybody's in there chattering and putting up what pictures they're doing or what they're kind of working on. And we also have a virtual sewing room that's hosted by Discord, and it's a fun room to go hang out and sew. And the ladies that are in there all the time, they're actually becoming friends because they're sewing all the time. So you have basically now a sew date that's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So, and you never know who's going to be in there. Also, I speak for free. I talk about elements of design, making charity quilts, and working with scrap fabric. So if you're interested in that, your guild or group, please give me a shout. I'll be happy to do a speaking engagement for you. Also, I'm looking for you guys to help me find shout outs, because if you find somebody out on the internet that's working hard, that's doing a quilt related YouTube, please send that link to me and I will put them on our shout out list. We also have Quilt Bingo starting up, and I'm not sure when it's going to start. I can't give you the date just yet. So once Spring Fling with strings is done, then we're going to do a couple of quilt maths, or like 3 videos or something, and then we're going to start into Quilt Bingo, which is a skill builder, and it's going to be lots of fun for beginners, intermediate, and experts. Also, the Zoom sew dates are there from now until the end of December, and we're looking forward to those dates very much. I get a lot done that day, and I get a chance to I try and get a chance to talk to all of you, and at least find out what you're working on, or what kind of things are exciting you in the quilting community, and maybe whatever selfish sewing you're going to do for the year. But so I think that's it. Come on in. Let's get to the sewing of triple Irish chain. Okay, we're at the sewing machine, and you can see we've got this really scrappy low volume going on. That's fine. Just like we did the double Irish chain, we're going to start from the very center and work our way out to the bottom. Where did my foot pedal go? Work our way out to the outside. Now, I put 2 Irish chains in this, but these blocks are very, very versatile to throw together with other blocks, because they do create a chaining effect. That's part why they're named Irish chain, right? And I don't know, they're really lovely when they're done all scrappy and happy, and I fall in love every time I see them. I'm like, oh my goodness, I wish I could do, that kind of thing, or that, oh yes, it's just absolute perfection when it's all scrappy. But anyways, getting back to this. So we decided, okay, when we were doing this baby quilt out that I was doing, I thought, okay, let's do just all these really cute, lovely little motifs, and, have it kind of like a darker purple, but not eggplant, and just have a little bit of fun with this. And like I say, I'm webbing. What I'm doing is I'm webbing a block together. Now I can only web so far, and then I have to sew it back the other way, which is fine. You do get a lot more leader enders done on this block, but that's okay. That's kind of what we're meant to do, right? Get all these leader enders sewn up together. Oh, okay, that one works. There. And I'm only putting a scant 1/4 inch on these leader enders, so in case you're wondering, what are you doing? That's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to press to the dark. There we go. So the dark gets pressed out, and then in the middle it gets pressed in. So that way the seams on the corners will nest beautifully, and we won't have a big, like, oh dear, what's happened? What's happened here? It's not nesting. Yeah, well, it'll nest. It'll nest now for sure. Okay. So with your stitch down, I cut my webbing off so I can really get in there and see where this is supposed to be. And then I get to the next nesting area. Okay. Make sure I've got a good nest. Yes, I do. And just right off the edge. There. Yeah, this is such a easy block, you know, because it's just so, you know, it's a quick and easy block. But this, it wouldn't matter what you put with it, it would create this lovely effect, right? We should do an Irish chain block. You know, I can't figure out what I would do with an Irish chain block, but right at the moment, but I would do something a lot of fun when we get a lot of scraps used. You can also use it as an alternative block for an orphan quilt block. That's something people forget, you know, that this is a good one to, because it points to the other blocks too, right? So that, because of the chaining effect, it's kind of nice. Okay. So the first round is on. There. Now let me just get this. One more. one more of these, and I'll pop this back on. Yes. Okay. You line them up. Yeah, these little hefter triangles are fun, but you still should line them up. Take your time pressing them and all this stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to press this out. Yes, everything lines up beautifully. Yay! Okay, so the next round goes on, and it starts just like this. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now, I'm putting the piece without seams on the bottom, or the smaller piece on the bottom, which seems counterintuitive, but I do want all the seams where I'm sewing over the seams, I want them to match. I want them to nest properly and everything, so I don't want them to mess up, which sounds weird, but it's true. I could have sewed it the other way, but because we're only doing like 3, but I thought, no, we better do it this way. There we go. And another leader under. Okay. Now this is what I'm talking about when you're sewing it with the smaller piece on top. You have to peek underneath to figure out which way you've sewn the seam in behind, right? So you want that seam not to twist. So you have to hold it kind of in place. There we go. There we go. Yeah. I think this is a cute floral. I've had this floral in my stash. Ooh, I hate to admit how long. Do I have to admit how long I've had it in my stash? I hope not. It's such a pretty floral. But I think it's the only floral I put in this quilt altogether. Well, there might be a botanical, but that's okay. So now this goes, no, this goes out. This one just goes straight out. This one gets flipped in like so. There we go. And this one gets pushed out. Turn it out, in. And this way you'll have nesting, right? We want to create that nesting. That nesting is really nice to have when you're doing a simple patchwork like this, because it's a little faster now to sew because you've already got it pre-nested, or you've got it going in the right direction so it nests nice and tight. Wait, that goes up. Okay. There we go. Yeah. There. And another leader ender. This one's not quite as white as white. White on white. There. And now we just push this one out, just like so. There. And we'll do the last one here. Okay. There, okay. Now, another leader ender. I know you guys are tired of hearing that, but it's kind of fun. Another leader ender one to do, yeah. I have had so many lovely little bits of all these kind of little triangles that I need, and I'm like, I gotta get to that Bonnie Hunter Crazy Pineapple again, because it was just so much fun to do. Okay, now here we go. Now we do it again. We do the same thing again. You can do this in stacks. Like if you had a whole bunch that you had to do, or you figured out, okay, I want to make this many Irish chains, you just stack them up, and if they're scrappy, you don't have to worry, you know, about what's going where, you know, so it's kind of nice that way. Okay, oops. All right, line that up. Take your time lining it up. There we go. There, and now line this one up. Perfect. Perfection. There. Oops. There we go. Get that off. For our little triangle off, and get another one on. Yeah. There. Oh dear, I forgot to put the last one on. Oh dear. Oh well. We'll just slap that on right here. We'll just put it on right here. You'll see what I'm doing in a sec. This is real life sewing. We forgot. We forgot to web something in. I was too early putting in the leader ender. But that's okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it right now. Okay, and we put this one on, just like so. There. There, there, there. That's all good. And now we're just going to put where the leader ender should be. There's not the leader ender, but the bottom piece. Yeah, I cut it off too soon, so I was getting a little anxious to get the block done instead of actually thinking about what I was doing. But that's okay. All right. Now, I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to do this one first. So it's pressing to the dark, so this and this go down, and this goes under, just like that. Now I'm going to have to really press this one here to make it stay the way I need it. Make it flip the way I need it to flip, let's put it that way. And this goes out, and these just get pressed out. Okay, so now we're going to take this and just after sewing, and this has got there a little nest area right here. I want to make sure I get it in there nice and tight. Oops, and I flipped my fabric. It's okay, I flip it the right way, and that's good. Okay. There, now. There we go. It's like an airplane, this thing. It's nice, fast. Now, somebody told me the only thing that can touch the speed of a 301A is a Juki. I don't know that for sure. If you know for sure, please put it in the comments. I would love to know how many stitches per inch a Juki does, because I hear that they are the machine that is really good. So let's get this one, outside edge, line that up. Okay, just drop, and all you want to do is drop a couple of stitches, leave the needle down, and trim your threads. Now you can open it up, you can see where you have to match. You can see where you have to match up that seam, which is perfect, right there. Makes it so much easier, you know. There. And sometimes when you're sewing, you need easy. It's very true, you need easy. Oops, there. Let's go like that to the next nesting spot. I hold the next nesting spot with my fingers. And this finger also directs, this one here directs the seams underneath to hold them in place, which way they need to go. And these two can go together, just like so. There. Now, all right. Okay, so I'm just going to finger press this open, and I'm going to show you what I did at the back. And sometimes you can see how they lie flattest by just, you know, pressing away from the inside. Now, this is exactly what we did. We nested that first round, right, to make sure it was pressed to the dark, and as much as like half the block is pressed to the dark, right, or over half, because these are pressed to the dark as well. So this makes it lie nice and flat. Then you put on the next row the same way, the next round, and then the next round. So, and now just give me a chance to give this a nice little press, and we'll come back with our ta-da moment. Okay, here's our triple Irish chain. Such a cute block and a great one to use up smaller colored bits and, you know, your little odds and sods of low volume. It's a really lovely chain or lovely block to create and alternate with other blocks, right? So this just, it just creates this lovely chain across the entire quilt when you alternate them, and then you can put in whatever quilt blocks you want. So like I said, this one's very versatile, very quick and easy to learn. So as you can see, I've got some of my other quilt blocks here, you know, like turnstiles and, you know, cat's cradle, and a double Irish chain. That's also another good one. An hourglass pinwheel. That was a lot of fun. And then our love chain. So I'm making a baby quilt here for charity. And I'm hoping that you guys are sewing along. If not, that's fine. You know, you can just have fun making these. So I hope you have an absolutely glorious week ahead, and life is treating you so gently and everything is going your way. Okay, so you stay well and take care until we see each other again. All right, bye. My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life and you know your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.